Hi Flosstube, it's Kippy, the Academic Stitcher, and this is Flosstube number 12. This is a channel mostly about cross stitch, but I also quilt, and so I add a little bit of that in as well. Since my last update, life has been absolutely insane. I had the last week of a term, which means I spend most of my time grading and finishing out student assignments and stuff, and so that takes up a tremendous amount of time. And then getting everything ready for the new term, then technically I have a week not off, but a week without a course, and it was completely crazy, full of stuff. And then my daughter had emergency surgery last weekend, and so she's doing fine. Everything's great. But I ended up keeping grandkids most of the weekend, which means no stitching time, no sewing time. So this update may be a little bit short, but I wanted to say hi anyway. So, oh, and then I don't know about you guys, but I hate the time change. Like, I really do. I really do hate it. I don't really care for one over the other. Regular time, daylight saving time, both of them have their good things and bad things. I wish whoever's in charge would just pick one and stick with it. Stop making us change back and forth. It takes me, fall back is not quite as difficult, but spring forward, it takes me a week, 2 weeks to get used to this. Last night, of course, I got up an hour early and I had one of the grandsons yesterday get ready for church, and it was, of course, got an hour less sleep, so came home exhausted. 8:30 last night, I am wiped out. I'm totally wiped out. So I go to bed and I can't sleep. If I open a book and start to read, I start falling asleep. I close it, turn the light off, try to sleep, can't sleep. It may just be me. I don't know. But anyway, if there's anybody that you know of that can influence this, just pick one. Oh my goodness. So, okay, thanks for letting me rant on that. So, what have I been doing other than having all kinds of crazy life happening since my last update? Well, yesterday, before I fell asleep at 8:30 last night, I worked a little bit on Topia, which is Fat Quarter Shop's fundraiser for Make-A-Wish, which if you're not familiar with it, go to the Jolly Jabber blog and they will have all the information there. There's a quilt pattern. I did the quilt last year, which was Threadology. I cut everything in half and made it a small wall hanging instead of a quilt, which I really liked that. I'm not doing the quilt this year. I'm just doing the cross stitch. The cross stitch is designed to match the Sherry and Chelsea fabrics, but I decided to change it up a little bit, and I'm doing patriotic on some fabric that I dyed with Rit dye. And this, let's see if I can get this. It's over here. These two right here were release 3, and that's what I worked on last night. I kept it pretty simple. The pattern for the little basket is striped, and I decided not to do that. I just, like I said, kept it pretty plain. I did on the top 2 rows, I did a strand of the darker red, which is 817, and a strand of the lighter red, which I believe is 530. I'm sorry, not 530, 350. And so there's, I don't know if you can tell, but there's a little bit of blended color there on those top 2 rows. So, Topia, those projects come out every 2 weeks on the 1st and the 15th. So anyway, Topia, got that done, or working on that. I also worked on Suffragette by Little House Needleworks. This is a stitch along with Stitching with the Sisterlies. And I got all of the words done. And added the word vote and all of this, the black coffee down here. I am using all the called for colors except for the color in the dress. This, see if I can, there we go. This is, the called for is Classic Colorworks Antique Lace. I am using Gentle Arts Antique Lace because there was more color variegation in that one and I liked it better. Now on the flag and on the bunting and all, I'm going to use the Classic Colorworks Antique Lace because I don't want the variegation on that. I know that's kind of weird, but that that's how far I got on that. And then on the other side, sorry, on the other side is my cinnamon stars, but actually I don't know, I may have added the house since last time. I can't remember, but if I did any of it, I added the house. So cinnamon stars by Plum Street Samplers. By the way, have you seen Plum Street Samplers? I'm sure you have. The Shepherd's Song that they had at market. Oh my goodness. There's so much beautiful new charts, so many beautiful new charts that came out at market. That one and Teresa Kogut's Heaven and Earth, or sorry, Heaven and Nature. Those two, I cannot wait. Can't wait for. I'm so excited. But the Shepherd's Song by Plum Street is amazing. It has sheep, and I've told you before how much for some reason I love little sheep, and these have like stripes and swirls and polka dots, and they're wonderful. I cannot wait. I cannot wait to get my hands on that one. So, but cinnamon stars. Okay, what else have I got? Okay. Oh my goodness, I love this chart. It's the first time I've ever done a Quaker, and it is amazing. And it's not a difficult chart at all. At least what I've done so far. What I've done is actually not here. I've started this little motif right here. But what I've done is down here, and it looks like it actually wasn't finished when they took the picture. But I am not using the called for colors. Okay, this is the, see if I can get this here. This is the bottom left corner of the chart here. And so that's where I usually start. I am using Classic Colorworks Cherry Cobbler and Steamed Broccoli. Those, to me, the called for colors are, the red is a little more purpley red, and the green is more of a bluish green. And I wanted something that I felt was more true Christmassy red and Christmassy green. So those are the two that I chose. This fabric, I don't know if you can tell, this was white 32 count Aida that I Rit dyed with, and the color is Rit Taupe. And I just love the way it turned out. Lots of nice movement, I guess you could say, in this piece of fabric. I'll show you again over here. You can see it. Yeah, really, really like that. Very easy to follow chart too. It's a lot of pages to that chart, but basically very easy to follow. The only other piece that I was able to get anything done on over the last 2 weeks was my Anniversaries of the Heart, which I'm stitching along with Olivia from Pumpkin Hollow Quilts and Deborah from Canopied Stitches on Instagram. Olivia has a YouTube, which I will link below. They are hosting the stitch along, and I finished February, which is this one, and I started on the bonus chart, which is here. I haven't started on March yet, but I will. I'm using all of the called for colors, which so far I'm really, really happy with. They really do not look like the pictures on the charts, but oh well, I still like them. And this is the chart. This is the extra. Sorry, it's over here. Extra. It's on the back of this one, which is the pattern number 7. But as soon as I finish this, which I love, it's just like this little sampler that's just in the middle there, or in the middle of the top. Then I'll start on March. This fabric is Winter Brew 40 count by R&R. And I'm using, I've got it stuck in here right here. I don't know if you've ever used these before. This is a ballpoint needle. Let's see. Oh, it's stuck in there. There we go. This is a ballpoint needle, and I don't know if you can tell, but there's a little tiny ball on the end of that needle. I really like the way that it feels. I know that sounds weird, but the way that it feels when I'm stitching on this really small linen. If you haven't tried a ball tip needle yet, highly recommend it. I think I've got a package. I've got another set over here, but they're really really nice. The only quilting that I've been able to do, only sewing, is, and I showed this last time, Bumper Crop by It's Sew Emma. I got some of my half square triangles done. There are about 300 half square triangles here, which I use triangle paper for, and that makes it very easy. It still takes a long time to do this many half square triangles, but it's a really easy way to do it. So I'm hoping this week, that I get this one put together this week. I also, I'm a little bit behind on the Moda blockheads, and so I've got to catch up with that. And I did get all my fabrics starched. I did get something done, but I don't know if you follow Kimberly. I'm sure you probably do. Follow Kimberly Fat Quarter Shop, and she was talking about starch and how it was harder for her to find the starch that she's been using for years. I'm actually having trouble. The Walmart that is near me, I bought. They had like 3 cans of the, I think it's Faultless. It's not original. It says heavy, but I don't find it that it's too heavy. But they only have like 3 cans. So I bought the 3 cans, I don't know, about a month ago. And so every time I've been back since, I've gone back to the laundry detergent area to try to grab some more, because like over the weekend when I starched the stuff for my Moda blockheads, for Sherry, A Quilting Life, Sherry McConnell's quilt along, and for, and Colleen, this is for you, Stitching with the Sisterlies. I am working on my month 2 of Derby House, and it has a very beautiful applique block. So I'm going to have to applique it, and I just hope it looks decent when I'm done. I actually don't think I have any Wonder Under or anything, so I'm going to have to go to Joann's and get some of that. But Colleen, I wanted to have it done for today because I wanted to show you, but sorry, life. I will have it next time, and show you. I can do it. It's just not my favorite. But I got all of that starched, and it takes about a can, even for as little as I actually starched. It took me about a can and a half, so I use a lot of starch. Um, and my Walmart just didn't have any more. For like a month, they haven't had any. And I was at a different Walmart yesterday. I think it was yesterday, and they had a whole bunch. So I bought like a case. So that should last me at least a little while. But so I did get it starched. I did get my fabric starched. So I'm ready to start cutting. I just need to get it done and have time to do it. We'll see. Okay. Haul. I honestly haven't had time to do much of anything, but I don't know if you remember from my last video, I mentioned that there was a Blackbird Designs book that was my unicorn, and it was Sweet Land of Liberty. Well, one of my viewers said that she had an extra copy, and so I bought it from her, and I'm so excited that I have this book now. Sherry Smith, thank you so much. I haven't started anything. I haven't had time, but I'm going to, because I love everything in this book. Oh, did you see Blackbird's stuff from Market? Oh my goodness. And you never know. I mean, they don't keep their charts around for a long time, so I'll probably buy all of them. Because this happens, you know? I mean, you decide, you think, oh, maybe, maybe not, and then it's gone. And so the sewing, was it called the Sewing Club? Oh, so many beautiful designs. You know, I don't know that I have an absolute favorite designer, but if I do, Paulette from Plum Street and Blackbird may be it. Oh, my word. I love everything that they do. So, Sherry Smith, thank you. I'm so excited to have that book now. At some point, I will start something, because I now start just all the time. This is getting out of hand. How many projects that I have going. I knew this was going to happen, and it has. So I don't know. I'm sort of determined not to start anything else until I finish what I've got. I finish at least one. At least one. I've got to finish. And honestly, Suffragette is close. I'm very close on that one. I just need some time to get it done. So that'll be my finish, hopefully, so I can start something new. Other haul that I had, I was going to show you. These are the ball tip needles, and this is a smaller one than I've been using. I've been using a 24. These are 26, and I just decided maybe to try a smaller size. So this is how they come. They are not cheap. I think I told you before, I think this is like $7.98 or something like that for two. Not cheap, but I think so worth it. High quality, very good. Give it a try. The other two things that I got these from 123 Stitch. I got some antique white linen that I plan on dyeing. I can't imagine anymore stitching on white. And the other piece that I got, and this is a little stiff, but I think it'll be fine once I dye it. This is mallow, 40 count mallow, and see the size. It's a full yard of this fabric, and it's got some flex in it and all. But it was only, I believe, like $35 for this whole yard, and it is a Zweigart base. Or it is a Zweigart. So it's good quality, but it was a lot less expensive. I have no idea why. I've never used this before, but I saw the price and was like, oh, it's Zweigart. I'll try it. So this is a nice big piece. I plan on cutting it probably into 4 pieces and dyeing it separately. But I'm excited to see how that works. I've really liked everything so far that I have dyed, except that one piece I showed you last time, and I haven't had time to do anything with it. I haven't gotten my dyes out since my last video, but it's fun, and it's kind of interesting to see how everything comes out, because it's not super predictable. It depends on what color you start with, how much dye you use, how long you leave it in the dye, all those kind of things. And so it's fun. It's an experiment. And another thing, some of the linens, like this piece of white, which is it's half the size of this one, and so this one, while it may take it's obviously going to take the dye differently because it's white than this one. It was a lot more expensive, and so I feel like I have to be more careful with this one. This one I'm a little bit more apt to experiment with because it wasn't quite so expensive. So I don't know. We'll see. I will certainly show you when I decide to dye it. But that's it. I know this is really short this time. Oh, by the way, the winner of the giveaway, the 500 follower giveaway, has not contacted me. So I hope that if you entered my my giveaway for my 500th follower, which was I talked about it 2 videos ago, so that would be Flosstube number 10, and then I announced the winner in the last video, and she has not contacted me. So I will give, I believe her name was Kathy. Kathy, if you're listening, and again, I think I didn't look. I should have. I think it was like Kokenauer, Kathy Kokenauer. Go back and watch my video from last time, Flosstube 11. But I believe that was the winner's name. I have not heard from her. So, Kathy, you have until I post my next video, which will be in 2 weeks. And if I haven't heard from you by then I will draw again from the names that were submitted on my Flosstube number 10. So we're getting really amazingly close to 1,000. So if we get 1,000 subscribers, then we'll do another giveaway. And so if you haven't subscribed, I hope you will. It's great if you like the video, if you tell other people about it, if you enjoy what you see. I normally try to have a little bit more going on, but I didn't want to skip a week, so this will just be one of the shorter ones. That's just the way life goes. But again, I thank you for watching. I hope that you'll come back, and hope you'll comment. Let me know how you feel. Well, we can just talk about how you feel, how we all feel about time changes, and about how that either makes your life awesome or it completely screws it up. So I'm sure we all have experiences both ways. So I hope everybody has a great week. I'll see you again in 2 weeks. Thanks for watching.